I'd like to welcome everybody to our council meeting tonight. I'd like to call the meeting to order. I'll ask the Honorable Mayor Bobby Hernan to lead us in our prayer tonight, and we'll go right from the prayer to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time, this opportunity you've given us to come out and discuss the business of this city. Thank you for each council person here, that they do their best to make the best decisions on behalf of our city. Give them wisdom and guidance. Thank you for blessing our city every day the way that you do. Thank you today for the rain that we've had. Just be with our police, our fire, our first responders, our public works, everybody that works for the city of Northport. Keep them safe at all times as they perform their duties. Just thank you for loving us. These things we ask. Amen.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Collins, call roll, please.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Here.
Councilman Sullivan.
Here.
Councilman Acker.
Here.
Councilman Harper.
Here.
President Logan.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. Item 5 is approval of the agenda, ladies and gentlemen. In our pre-meeting, we have a relatively short agenda. If there are no objections, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as printed. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Acker. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Acker.
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Councilman Harper.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 6 is visitors to address the council. On the actual agenda is the representatives from the American Heart Association. Come on up.
On behalf of North Star MS, we, as a CAS agency, we're always striving to improve and continue to grow. And this last year, we achieved the 2015 Silver Award for the American Heart Association Mission Lifeline, which is all about applying 12 lead EKGs to cardiac patients. We could not achieve this without the assistance of Northport Fire and Tuscaloosa Fire. And so tonight we're presenting this plaque for the achievement to Northport Fire.
Item 7A1 under unfinished business, we have a second reading of an ordinance approving a voting location for Council District 3. Mr. Collins.
Yes, Mr. President, members of council, Mayor Hernan.
That's actually District 5, District 5.
Yes, sir. As you're aware, there was a first reading in our most recent meeting regarding the change of location for voting for District 5. That was to be changed from Flatwoods Elementary School to Flatwoods Baptist Church. That is the action we have before you tonight. It does require a public hearing before any action would be considered by the City Council. So our request would be for the council to consider a public hearing based on this request, and then if it be the pleasure of the council, motion a second or any other action on the actual vote for the change of location for the voting.
Thank you. That being said, I hereby open the floor to the public regarding the ordinance approving the voting location change for District 5. The floor is open. Any citizen wishing to speak for or against? Floor is open. Public hearing is now open. Hearing none, I hereby close the public hearing. That being said, do I have a motion to approve that ordinance changing the voting location for Council District 5?
Move to approve, Mr. President.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Harper. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Acker. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Harper.
Yes.
Councilman Acker.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 2 is a second reading of a permanent ordinance or resolution accepting a street as a city street. Mr. Swan. Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the permanent resolution accepting for maintenance for the municipal public improvements located in the recorded and dedicated rights-of-way and easements within said glory-bound subdivision with maintenance to begin or in around September 1, 2015? Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Acker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments?
Mr. President?
Yes.
One item, council members and mayor, just before you take action on this, just to let you know, Mr. Owen, who's the owner of that property, has requested that he be allowed to maintain water service along the parkway so that the shrubbery and other items that he's planted in the median be watered and maintained. He has asked the city allow him to
Tell him you'll call him back.
He's asked to be able to have water provided to that location at no cost to the city. He would pay all water bills, any infrastructure needs that would go there. We have granted that. If he wants to pay for those, then certainly we have no issue doing that. So he's come in and asked for some information for water access, which we granted. Once this is voted on tonight, regardless of if it is adopted by the city or not, he has agreed to maintain any water service and growth and plantings on that parkway. We want to advise you of that in the event someone sees water or other activity on that site and wants to know if the city is paying for that. The city is not paying for that. Mr. Owen has offered to pay for any of that at his own expense.
Thank you. Motion, I'm sorry, we have a discussion from Councilwoman Hayes.
I just would like to know what maintenance and municipal public improvements are. What exactly are we?
Our maintenance would be the same as any other maintenance on any other street or access, which would be effectively grass cutting, any maintenance we would do on the city's right of way or anything that we would do in the public street.
All right, I have a motion by Councilman Acker, second by Councilman Harper. Discussion or explanation of synopsis by City Administrator Mr. Collins. Discussion by Honorable Councilwoman Hayes. Any other discussions further regarding the second item, second reading? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 8A1 under new business, a first reading of an annexation of a parcel located at 13512 Highway 43 North. Ms. Gay.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. This does come to you tonight with the recommendation from the planning commission to annex the 4.29 acres of this property. It went before the planning commission for 1.7, but the owner decided that they will annex both pieces of parcel land, which totals 4.29 acres. And it is a first reading tonight.
Thank you. Do I have a motion on the floor for a first reading?
I'll offer that.
Thank you. That's a first reading offer by Councilman Harper. Second item is a first reading of a rezoning of a parcel located at 13512 Highway 43 North. Ms. Gay, same property.
Same property, Mr. President, same recommendation, favor recommendation from our planning commission.
Thank you. Do I have a form of a first reading of a motion?
I'll offer that.
Thank you. That's a form motion, first reading by Councilman Harper. Third item is a first reading of an ordinance authorizing the conditional use approval for a kennel at 4105 Flatwoods Road. Ms. Gay?
Yes, sir, Mr. President, this also comes from the planning commission with a favor recommendation to the council to allow this conditional use at 4105 Flatwoods Road. This is kennel for people.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for a first reading on that third item?
I'll offer that, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Harper. Fourth item, first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 2302 Deer Haven Drive. Ms. Gay, this is going through the condemnation process, but the owner has until September 21st to get the structure up to code. If not, we go through our condemnation process further. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. President.
Thank you. Have a motion for a first reading.
I'll offer that also, Mr. President.
Thank you. Item 5, first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 2015 28th Street. Ms. Gay.
It's also, for condemnation, and they have until September 21st to bring the house up to code.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for that first reading?
That is located in District.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for that first reading?
Make the motion.
Thank you. That's a first reading of a motion by Councilwoman Hayes. Item 8B1 is the resolution declaring certain items as surplus. Mr. Ingram, this is basically assorted waterworks items such as hydrants, pumps, and small components and parts we're going to scrap, but if we scrap them, we will return all monies used in the surplusing process back to the water and sewer funds. Is that correct? Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution declaring certain items as surplus and authorizing the proper disposal. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 2 has been deleted. Item 3 has been deleted. Item 4 is a resolution declaring certain items as surplus. Chief Marshal, again, these are items that have reached their useful life, various office items and older utility shop-related items. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution declaring these items as surplus and authorizing the proper disposal. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 5 is a resolution amending the general fund budget. Mr. Collins.
Mr. President, members of council, Mayor Herndon, as you're aware, from time to time, the city amends its general fund and water and wastewater budget just simply to reflect the expenditures throughout the year and make sure our department heads have accurate information to work within their respective budgets. That's what I presented to you tonight. There are no significant or substantial changes to the budget amount itself. We have recalculated some numbers within the respective departments just to give those department heads the flexibility within their budgets to manage those resources. On the general fund side, we have seen some positive change to our revenues for the year. We've been very conservative in that and reflected that accordingly in your general fund budget. Your next item, just as a point of reference, we've done the same with the water and wastewater budget. We've made those respective changes within the department. We have seen a small decrease in projected revenue for water and sewer, and we reflected that small decrease as well. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have regarding 8B5, the general fund budget, or if there's a vote to approve after that, the water and wastewater budget.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution or request amending the general fund budget?
Move to approve.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Acker. Is there a second? I'll make that motion as a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 6 is a resolution amending the water wastewater fund budget. Mr. Collins.
Mr. President, members of council, Mayor Herndon, same as before, no substantial changes to your budget. We did show a small decrease in projected revenue for the year based on current year sales through June 30 of this year. Other than that, there's really no substantial change except for the fact that the budget has shrunk a small percentage. Other than that, the operational portions of the budget are the same.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve that resolution approving Amendment 1501 of the water and sewer fund budget.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Motion by Councilman Acker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item C is our consent agenda. We have 5 items actually. One's been deleted. They range from bill listings, travel and training for employees to various sites. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed?
Move to approve, Mr. President.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Harper. Is there a second? I'll make that motion as a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 9 is reports of special committees to council. We have none to report. Item 10, public hearings other than the one to change the voting location, which has been opened and closed and voted on accordingly. We have none other than that one to report. Item 11, city administrator's business. Mr. Collins.
Mr. President, only one item for you tonight. Just a reminder that the September 7th city council meeting has been moved up 1 week to August 31. Times are the same, 5 p.m. pre-meeting, 6 p.m. regular meeting. This was voted on and approved at the last council meeting. This is simply a reminder of the August 31 date.
Thank you. Item 12, departmental business. Under Police Department, Chief.
There are no issues with the application for nothing too fancy at 2801.
Thank you. This is an ABC license request for Northport Package Store doing business as Nothing Too Fancy. Our chief has given us a vote of confidence. We have no issues to report there. Do I have a motion to approve or deny the ABC license for Northport Package Store doing business as Nothing Too Fancy?
Move to approve, Mr. President.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Harper. Is there a second? I'll make that motion as a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Collins.
Councilman Harper?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilman Acker?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Item 13, public comment. We have 4 citizens signed up to speak. And I dare say the name, first citizen who signed up to speak on my list. Do you want to be Wawa or Walters? It don't matter. All right then, Wawa, come on up.
How y'all doing tonight?
State your name and address for the record. We got the
address
clock running on you.
Not right yet till I get through stating that.
Go.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Walters, 4813 Stewart Park. I got only 2 or 3 items here I want to talk about, and these items is going to be handled on this council or the next council because they need to be handled. First thing I want to bring up, I didn't know this was happening in Northport. So some of our fine citizens, this Northport Alliance. See, that's where I get my homework from by listening to these people. And they had made some remarks, or somebody did, about my mayor and everything. And I didn't know even what the mayor made over here. I didn't know that we don't even give the mayor gas to run his car. And I didn't know that we didn't furnish him a car. What I'm asking y'all to do is be leaders enough for the next mayor. When he comes in office, he gets a car and he gets all the gas he can burn up. This man here, regardless who the next mayor is, don't make enough money to drive around town and go everywhere he goes, because he goes everywhere. And I certainly want y'all to take a look at that. If you don't, all these new candidates out here, I won't support none of them unless they say they're not going to do that, because we shouldn't have our mayor spending his money to represent us. And y'all need to take a look at that, because y'all are here, about 6, 7 more months, stuff like that. And the mayor should have his own car and gas, people. If we done it for Al DuPont, we can do it for him, because he's a lot better driving record than Al DuPont. Heck of a lot better. You know, we survived Al DuPont when I was over in Tuscaloosa. But the other thing that I want y'all to do, and we're either going to deal with it this council or we're going to deal with it the next council. You know, I am a big advocate of taxpayers' money. And we've got too many needs in this city here to keep up old houses. I wish the council seriously would get with this. I don't know, we got so many heritage things, and we got this and we got that, but it looks like that new building across the road there, that's a historical society bunch. Isn't that that new thing there, the big old house?
On the corner of 10th and
Yeah.
Main Avenue?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, I really wish y'all could get with somebody like that that's got some autonomy. They evidently got some money. They know how to raise money. I'd love to see y'all give that Shirley House to a group like that. Just give it to them for 10 years and see if they can make it. See if they can turn the place into a place that can be profitable. There's a lot of people, I'll guarantee you, that would get married down there, and there's money to be made in that. And I really wish y'all would do it, because you don't. We're going to be talking about the Shirley House here 50 years from here, right here. And we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't be in the heritage thing like that. You know, I've got a house. I get somebody just pay my water bill. I'd be happy with. You know, and so y'all take those 2 things there. Recommendation. And if you don't do nothing else, be sure to get the new mayor or that mayor a car with some gas in it. And we just keep on arguing about that Shirley House, because you're not going to please everybody. I guarantee you that. And another thing, I wish y'all would set up a little committee. These people here, I like reading this because what happens is they tell y'all what y'all should have done. There was a person that put on that Facebook that we should have done got one of these Whole Foods stores like that big one over Tuscaloosa. You know, we can't even pay the tax in that place over here. You know what I mean? And they say, well, we ought to put it down there where Piggly Wiggly was. I don't think Whole Foods is stupid enough to put it in my neighborhood, and we're broke. Okay, they ain't gonna do that. That's in District 1, I guess. They ain't gonna do it. You know, you put these businesses where they're going to be viable and can be successful. Some of these people in Northport don't understand that. They really don't. But I think all y'all have done a good job, except maybe one, my good friend over here. Because the only thing she's done is just worried about the Shirley place. That's it. Other than that, she's done a good job. Appreciate it.
Hey, you just under your time. I was getting ready to cut you off. Thank you.
I know you pick on me all the time.
Thank you. Second citizen, Mr. Dennis Hambright. Do you want to be called Wawa too?
No, sir. I'm his counsel.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Dennis Hambright, 5109 Azalea Trail, Northport, Alabama. I come to you this time as the president of the County High Alumni Association, and I want all of you to know, and the police chief and the fire chief and anybody out here, we are homecoming this year. We're having a program honoring all first responders and military. So we would like for all of you that can to come. In uniforms will be great. I mean, we're really planning a big deal. We hope to get some publicity. And everybody up there is from County High, but 2 outcasts, and I guess you can't help it. I will say this about the mayor. I got to say this because he became a member of the Northport Touchdown Club. And I said, well, he just did that to look good, you know. And he got there, and I said, well, Mayor, you look good in blue. He started singing the alma mater, and there's not many people from County High can do that anyway. So I believe his heart went from red and black to blue and white now. So he's definitely a County High Wildcat, whether he wants to be or not. But all the others, I hope y'all do come, and that's October the 2nd. And, of course, the parade will be, and we'd like for you to participate in the parade. And October 2nd, we're playing Mountain Brook. So it's going to be a tough game. I found that out a while ago. And it's not going to be a cheese thing. It's going to be a hard game. So I hope you come and watch the game. And that's all I want to say. Just remember October 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Third citizen, Mr. Schwab. Please state your name and address, please.
Stephen Schwab, 2520 5th Street, Northport. I wish to thank the city engineer, Mr. Swan, and District 1 Councilwoman Hayes for being responsive to my concerns about repainting the light poles along Main Street and as soon as possible repairing the clock that Stan Pate gave to downtown Northport. I sincerely hope that at least some of this sprucing up will occur before the annual Kentuck Folk Festival in late October. On a separate topic, I understand the position of police chief is still open, and I would urge you to seriously consider Ted Sexton for this post. This is not a paid or solicited announcement. Mr. Sexton is both my friend and my academic colleague, but he has not asked me or encouraged me in any way to recommend him. Today, becoming a policeman is one of the few ways a person without a college degree may enter the middle class. Yet being a professional law enforcement officer is one of the most necessary, hazardous, and demanding occupations in our society. If you think that a Ferguson, Missouri type incident couldn't happen in Northport, you are mistaken. It could happen anywhere in the United States. But Ted Sexton has given serious thought to this problem, and I believe that any police force under his leadership would be well trained to avoid killing or maiming any unarmed individual. For Ted Sexton, being a professional law enforcement officer has been a lifelong calling. I have passed out copies of a guest editorial, an op-ed that he published about a month ago in the Tuscaloosa News. I think it is well worth reading. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Last citizen, Jeff Thompson. Please state your name and address for the record.
Jeff Thompson, 4701 Pin Oak Trail. I don't know how I can follow that, but yeah, easy. We don't want Ted. Yeah, we got a chief. I'm standing here this afternoon. First of all, thank you, Mayor and President Logan and the council. I do want to thank all of you guys, how you do respond to citizens. I just came tonight to go on record. A couple of weeks ago, I was riding with my children and discovered on the right-of-way in the backdrop, on the right-of-way was the Sons of the Confederate. While I know we cannot deny individuals parade permits and all that kind of stuff, I think that's what they asked for. I just think that the city of Northport has come too far to tolerate that kind of foolishness. The city of Northport does not need the Sons of the Confederate in front of the city where we all pay taxes. We don't want to turn back the hands of time, but evidently some people feel like the country is in the hands of somebody that stole it. That's not the case. President Logan is an African American and who is trying to do things for his district with opposition from his own people, and opposition sometimes from at least I know one of you on the council. We need to be unified. We have two senior councilmen that are going to be leaving the council, and I'm scared to death of what it's going to look like after they're gone. I'm serious because I think you guys have worked together, and I just wanted to say that I have some of my church members here who, just in case I got out of line, they'll pull my coattail, but they're back there. But I just kind of wanted to say that because I think we've come too far. I shared a video on my Facebook page of the Sons of Confederate. It got shared over 100 times with almost 7,000 views. And so that lets you know how quickly people can see the negative side of the city of Northport. And we don't want that. We want to show the positive side to the state. We want to show the positive side to our citizens. It's just no time for that. So I basically stood and standing to say my displeasure and my disappointment of them using the city of Northport as the backdrop for their freedom of speech. They have a right to say whatever they want to say, but I just think that they should have did it somewhere else. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14, ladies and gentlemen, is mayor and council members' business. I'll start with District 1, the Honorable Councilwoman Judy Hayes.
I have something that I've been asked to read. There was a request for a $10 million emergency line of credit in March of 2013. The newspapers and the council were told that the line of credit would be used for a natural disaster like the April 27th tornado. As a new council member, I accepted what I was told at the time. From what I now understand, it appears that $10 million emergency line of credit could be used for just about any purpose that the city administrator and mayor want, without the approval of the council. The line of credit have been extended on a yearly basis without the council's consent, or has the $10 million loan been paid off? If this
I'm not interrupting you midstream. Please apologize. I was actually saying, Wawa, can you give us 2 minutes? Councilwoman's got the floor. No problem. Continue, Councilwoman. I'm so sorry.
Or has the $10 million loan been paid off? If this line of credit were combined with other city bond issues since January 2009, the total amount involved would be approximately $40 million in credit. I'd like to see, as I'm sure that other members of the council would, the financial statements from Compass Bank showing all withdrawals from the line of credit. I would like to know their purposes as well. I would like to know how much interest has been paid by the city thus far for this line of credit? Or will my access to public documents continue to be illegally denied? Thank you.
Thank you, duly noted. And what I'll do right now, maybe to respond to Councilwoman Hayes, I'll defer to my city administrator, Ms. Collins. Ms. Collins, you want to add to anything, maybe get the information or clear up any kind of miscommunication?
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of council, Mayor Hernan. Just to be brief, I would love to provide you with all of the information that Ms. Hayes has asked for regarding the withdrawals from the $10 million line of credit. The issue with that is there is no such $10 million line of credit. Not only that, there's never been a withdrawal of a $10 million line of credit. The fact of the matter is, in 2009, the city issued a line of credit as part of a financial plan for safeguarding the city's financial future when the city did not have any reserves. We've taken several steps to follow up on that. We do that annually. There was some discussion of renewing a line of credit last year from $10 million to $5 million, as a part of safeguarding the funds for the city's future. That action was never taken upon. To this date, there is no $10 million line of credit. There's never been a withdrawal on $10 million line of credit, and there's no account of a line of credit with the city of Northport, with any financial institution anywhere.
I would like for this to be on the record.
Yes, ma'am, it is on the record.
Thank you.
Let the record show Councilwoman Hayes has read a statement. We'll make that for the record. Is that all, Councilwoman?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. District 2 under my business, I have none. Thank you, Chief Burton. I think all council can maybe thank Chief. We're getting some, I'm getting some really good reports in some of my areas of my district in terms of crime prevention. Ms. Kara Summers, our community outreach officer, has been working really hard in our district, doing some outreach opportunities. And with the reports that we get every couple of weeks, I've seen a decrease, actually a 7% decrease in some of our reported crimes that we've had in the past. So, Chief, thank you guys, and thank you for working to kind of proactively start community-based police officing. Thank you. District 3, Councilman Sullivan.
Just two items. First, I want to say thank you to the fire rescue personnel. I appreciate all of you. Also, in the police department, September 29th through November 10th is the next Citizens Police Academy. It's Tuesday night from 6 to 8. It's a really, really great class. If you'd like more information, please see me or Chief Burton at the end of the meeting.
Thank you. District 4, Councilman Acker.
I have no business, Mr. President.
Thank you. District 5, Councilman Harper.
I have none, Mr. President.
Thank you. The Honorable Mayor Bobby Herndon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to thank everybody for coming out. Love to see a packed house every council meeting, and you need to be here. Everybody always needs to be here to be part of their city, to see what's going on, to become more involved with the decision-making process of the city. I'm going to echo also my thanks for our first responders every day. Always keep them in your prayers. Police, fire, just every day. Our city has been blessed. We've got great employees. We have dedicated employees. We've got a great council. We've got great citizens, and our city has been blessed. I know I bring up from time to time about people shopping Northport, and as I said last year, our sales taxes were up 3.5% from 2013, and so far this year, our sales taxes are up 4.5% over what they were last year. It's because of our citizens. Our citizens are taking heed to our pleas to, shop Northport. We have many, many new homes under construction. We have people wanting to be part of our community. They're moving to Northport. It's awesome. It's exciting. And in the next few months, we hope to be having some big announcements that's going to make Northport an even better place to live. But I thank you. I thank you for being here. And as always, keep me in your prayers. It is trying to be the highest elected official in the city. It's honoring, but sometimes you need some help. And so please keep me in your prayers. And it is an honor to be the mayor of the city of Northport, Alabama.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 15, ladies and gentlemen, is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Acker. I will make the second. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. Please be safe going home.